something different in Japan? Definitely Keigo. Now, what is Keigo? That's the polite expressions, the way that you talk in order to express humility or, like to honor somebody. And the thing is that it's extremely complex. If it's a noun, for example, well, often you're just going to use o or go depending on whether the word was in Chinese origin, you say go. If it's of Japanese origin, you say o. Well, for example, osake. So that's considered polite way to refer to sake, or omitsu. It's the polite way of referring to water. Yeah, because water can be pretty honorable, I guess. For verbs, that's where things become really interesting really quickly. Because you see, Japanese conjugate verbs based on humility and, politeness. So, for example, if you take the verb to do, suru, so you hear that all the time, except that usually you will hear shimasu instead of suru, because shimasu is the polite conjugation of the verb suru. Oh, but there's a way to make it even more difficult. So, for example, if you say onegai shimasu, that's please do, you want to be even more polite? Onegai itashimasu. So please do, and like I'm giving you honor. And yes, there are a lot of these verbs, like to eat or to see. They would have a regular verb and then a conjugation that is polite, and then a completely different verb to say exactly the same thing but in even more polite. Tip though, sure, if you can do Keigo, by all means, please do. But people still appreciate if you even try. So for sure, don't go out of your way to say something nasty and, try to be polite. So by default, don't use suru unless it's in a clause, like a connecting clause, then it's okay to use the plain verb in the first part of the sentence. However, even if you get it wrong ever so often, people are not going to be judgmental in my experience. They understand that it's not your language, and they really go out of their way to try to help you out.